Hi everyone, this is Leonardo Gamer from Luigi Cogitandi. In this video, I'm going to explain the rules for the solo mode that I created for the game Ticket to Ride North America. You will play against an automated player called Marvin. Just like the original game of Ticket to Ride, both you and Marvin will claim routes and complete destination tickets to score the most points at the end of the game. In order to play this game, you need to print and prepare Marvin's action cards, which are provided in the third page of the rules file. Proceed with regular setup for a two-player game. Choose a color for you and another one for Marvin. Your setup is exactly as stated in the original rulebook. Keep Marvin's 3 initial destination tickets facing down in a pile near his components. Take Marvin's 4 initial train cards and form a grid of face-down cards with 3 rows. Throughout the game, Marvin always keeps train cards facing down in multiple columns of 3 rows. In addition to the regular components, Marvin uses the special deck of action cards. Prepare this deck as follows. Separate the card Claim a Route, randomly select 6 of the remaining action cards, shuffle the Claim a Route card with the other 6 action cards, and form a face-down pile. Marvin is now ready to play. Your actions in the game are exactly as in the original Ticket to Ride game. The only difference is that the bonus tile, which gives 10 additional victory points, is given to the player who completes the most destination tickets, as opposed to the player with the longest continuous path of routes. You always take the first turn in the game. In Marvin's turn, reveal the top action card and perform that action. All action cards, except Claim a Route, will determine Marvin's priority for drawing train cards from the supply. Start by attempting to perform the first selection of the action card. If it is a valid selection, then take the train cards from the supply and add them to Marvin's grid of cards. If a locomotive is taken, then only one card is added to Marvin's grid. Before starting a new row, complete any column that was left with less than 3 cards in previous turns. If the top selection of the action card cannot be taken because the face-up supply does not contain cards listed in that selection, then proceed to the following selections one at a time until one of those can be performed. I will provide more details about the various selections later in this video. At the start of Marvin's turn, and before revealing a new action card, check if his collection of trained cards contains at least 6 columns. That is, if his collection contains at least 16 train cards. If that is the case, then Marvin claims a new route in his turn without revealing an action card. Alternatively, Marvin will claim a new route when the action card Claim a Route is revealed from the top of the deck, which causes a reshuffle of the deck after the end of his turn. When Marvin claims a new route, follow these steps. Number 1. Count the number of columns with at least one card in Marvin's collection of train cards. That value determines the maximum length of the route to be claimed. Number 2. Reveal the top card of his pile of destination tickets and determine the longest route that he can claim, respecting the limit from item number 1, such that the number of spaces left between the two ends of the ticket is minimized. A few examples will be provided later. It is important to notice that for the purpose of claiming new routes and completing destination tickets, Marvin uses all the routes claimed on the board, including the ones you did. If Marvin cannot claim a route that reduces the current number of spaces left between the two destinations, then draw 2 train cards from the face-down pile, add those to Marvin's grid, and finish Marvin's turn. Number 3. Remove from Marvin's collection of train cards as many cards as the length of the claimed route, moving those cards to the general discard pile. Place Marvin's trains on the claimed route. And finally, number 4, place the revealed ticket face up on Marvin's destination ticket discard pile. If the revealed destination ticket is already connected from end to end, then place that ticket on a separate pile of completed tickets and reveal the next one from Marvin's deck. Repeat this step until a new route can be added to a destination ticket. If there are no tickets left in Marvin's deck, Shuffle the ones in his discard pile and form a new face-down pile. If there are no incomplete tickets left in his deck and in his discard pile, then only once per turn, draw 2 new tickets from the general supply, form a new face-down deck, review the top card and apply the steps described earlier. If Marvin has already completed both tickets drawn in his turn, then finish Marvin's turn without claiming any route. When there are multiple optimal options for Marvin to claim a new route, then claim the route connecting the first city in alphabetical order. If there is still more than one option starting from that city, then claim this route connecting to the city that comes first in alphabetical order. When the game end is triggered, Marvin automatically claims a new route in his final action. Marvin's incomplete destination tickets are neither subtracted nor added to his final score. After the final turn is taken, determine who completed the most destination tickets for the bonus tile, and score the points of both players. If Marvin's action card mentions first, second, third, fourth, or fifth spots, then take the train card from that spot on the supply. If the first train card is a locomotive, then take only that card. If the second train card is a locomotive, then take a face-down card instead. If Marvin's action card mentions one of the colors, then take a train card from the first color available among those listed in the action card. If more than one train card is available, then take the one closest to the first spot. If Marvin's action card mentions most of the same color or one of each if tied, then this selection can only be used if there are at least 2 cards of the same color facing up. Locomotives do not count. If any color has a majority of the face-up train cards, then take the first card that is closest to the first spot. Review the next card and take the second card of the same color that is closest to the first spot, possibly from the same spot as the first card. If the revealed card is a locomotive and it causes the 5 cards to be replaced by new ones, then take a new card of the same color if available, or a face-down card otherwise. If there are exactly 2 cards of 2 different colors, then take 1 card of each color, starting from the one closest to the first spot. In this example, Marvin, who is playing with the black trains, reveals the Winnipeg Little Rock destination ticket. At the start of the game, the minimum distance between the 2 cities is 11 spaces. If no other routes had been claimed, then Winnipeg-Duluth would be the longest route that minimizes the remaining distance between the end destinations, leaving 7 spaces to be completed in later turns. But as you can see, several routes have already been claimed. Currently, the minimum distance between the end destinations is 6 spaces, either through Denver, Oklahoma City, Little Rock, or El Paso, Dallas, Little Rock. There are several routes that can be claimed in order to reduce the remaining distance to 2 spaces. The longest of those routes is from El Paso to Houston, which is 6 spaces long. Unfortunately for Marvin, he only has accumulated 5 columns of train cards, which limits to 5 the length of the route that he is able to claim this turn. There are 2 5-space routes that can be claimed to reduce the remaining distance to 2 spaces, from Pittsburgh to St. Louis and from El Paso to Oklahoma City. Among these 4 cities, El Paso is the first one in alphabetical order. Therefore, Marvin claims the route from El Paso to Oklahoma City. I hope these examples have helped understand how to claim Marvin's route. But if you find yourself overwhelmed by the challenge of determining Marvin's optimal route, then just claim the longest remaining route among the shortest path between the 2 destinations. Focus on having fun and relax. And as a final note, if you want to play a more challenging version of this game, then decrease to 2 the number of rolls in Marvin's grid of train cards, which, by the way, is the mode that I always play this game, which leads roughly to a 50-50 chance of beating Marvin. Good luck and have fun.